and Ignis are kind of prem now. I mean, they won.
Yeah, they haven't played a prem official yet, but they are in fact. If this team does not die, then this team is then they are in fact guaranteed prem players. This is true. But the map is starting. We can stop talking trash about these subs for the Weebs. We're going into the first mid of this finals between Weebtunnel Tactics and the Bustaz. Let's see what's going on this first mid. Sheepy and Ignis have gone through the shithouse onto the train of the Bustaz, trying to get some damage onto the scouts of the Bustaz, but nothing really working out too great. Ignis going down, will lose his life. Now Bustaz pushing over, will get
Menti dies to a pistol from Chris. He was very weak from Ratslayer's just walking across point, and that's a first mid for. Look at Turo, he's trying to go in, but yeah, he just gets cleaned up by Chris. That's a first mid for Dutch Bustaz. Quite a convincing mid. I mean, they tried to. I think who was this? Sheepy and Ignis tried to go from chillhouse, but got greeted by Crafty and Chris and just got completely denied. And then when Menti tried to walk up the slope, Ratslayer was there and told the guy that that wasn't a good idea.
Well, Bustaz full Uber advantage. We're moving into last soon. Chris is seemingly having some ping issues, so they might be holding off for just a minute until Chris's internet stabilizes, but
still Sheepy going for the Sheepy spot with the sentry.
Oh yeah, baby, we've switched. Deox fan club has left, but bot is still there because now we have the original Sheepy sentry right there. Uber hasn't popped by the choke buzz in the top left, but they haven't really gotten any frags of it with it. Actually, Sheepy's sentry will get a frag.
Oh, Brad, you just found the spawn and got Menti? What was that?
Oh, you're getting cleaned up. Yeah, 12 HP trying to make it into spawn, but he goes down. So Bustaz, even though that was an unsuccessful push, they do get that medic frag. And now, well, they're trying to push onto second there. That would be the Weebs trying to make their way in to get Chris. There's two Bustaz players on the Spire, but not a lot of presence from Weebtunnel Tactics outside of their last point, or last, I guess, inside of the last area here. So they're going to be backing off. 70% Uber advantage for Condog. Will be signaling a push soon. They have all their players. Sheepy's going to be spawning soon, so there's going to be no Sheepy sentry this time. If Bustaz choose to push right here, right now, that's what they're going to do. They're going to move in through top left onto that heavy. They haven't forced into their spawn, but the horn, the battalion's backup, has been popped there by one of the soldiers from Weebtunnel Tactics, and now Bustaz just sitting here in top left trying to get some frags. They eventually do get Tobbs, the battalion's backup soldier. Tomba also going down, 2 frags for Bustaz. Ignis is caught completely on the low ground. He's gonna get cleaned up eventually by a scout. And now it's Sheepy, it's Menti, and it's Turo, and the combo's gonna get completely overwhelmed. Turo still on top of the point, sitting there trying to do his best Cadence impression, but he's not gonna survive. He's gonna go down. It's 1-0 for Bustaz.
Turo just sat on the lamp above spawn for the whole push with tickies on it, and when he actually had the opportunity to keep people, he dead his tickies too early, so he got no one, so he basically was just left for like 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's a thinking emoji for him.
Yeah, I was definitely looking for Turo. Where is this guy for this entire last fight? But there he was, not really having too much of an impact. But let's see if they can have more of an impact this mid. Turo is already very weak, but great aggression there from 2 soldiers and a scout straight onto the train of the Bustaz, getting 2 frags. Menti does go down afterwards though, but it's Pappy and Ratslayer alone. Ratslayer just backing off, and Pappy in the house of Weebtunnel Tactics gets the kill onto Turo there, and Tobbs actually going down as well. Is going to split the attention of the Bustaz players, but now it's just Ratslayer against Ignis and Sheepy, and I don't think he has the confidence to pull that off. He's not going to go for it. Weebtunnel Tactics will win this mid.
Yeah, but the fact that Pappy stayed in for so long, it just delayed the cap, and now, with Menti and Condor both dying on mid, I think Bustaz could hold choke because they had so much time not capping the mids, and it looks like they're going for it. Ubers are quite the same, so it's gonna be a hold for both teams, and I see no off classes yet, so it's gonna be up probably to Loli squad. Why am I calling them now? Weeb Weebtunnel tactics to push because they're losing these games.
Tactique the Weebflurry, I think. But anyway, yeah, this is a bit of a stalemate here. The first one of this this map here is even Ubers. A lot of players for choke busters in choke, waiting for any Weeb players trying to bust their choke, ready to deny anyone coming in, but nothing really happening just yet. On the other side of Weebtunnel tactics, everyone's holding relatively passively. We do have Sheepy holding a little bit aggressively. Actually, we do have a soldier here jumping around. That would be Ignis there.
Tubbs
together
is helping him.
with Tubbs. Yeah.
Tubbs is actually running the Battlion's backup. Tubbs is one of the soldiers that actually loves to play with the Battlion's backup. I think he's one of the soldiers who do it the most, so he's kind of used to it, and you see him as well. They know how to play around banners. And Ignis jumping through a choke with Turo as well. Turo spamming pipes, and he's getting the rolling pipe onto Condog!
Oh no, not again. There's Condog dying to a different demo's roller and dropping that Uber. So now Weebtunnel tactics, perfect position to push through 4 players straight through this choke. We do have Pappy and Ratslayer who are still technically here on second. We actually also have Pred who's hiding in house there, ready to try and get the force onto Menti. Would very much like to see what he can do, but Sheepy going down first. There comes Pred. We just jumped through Haunter, trying to get some rockets onto Menti. Not doing too much, only doing 50 damage onto the medic of Weebtunnel tactics, and the rest of the choke busters are going to back off. Weebtunnel tactics is going to successfully push into second, and with that Uber advantage, I imagine they're going to come for the last point as well.
Yeah, Crafty foresaw that situation, and he already has a level 3 entry onto top left with Chris on the heavy. This is going to be a tough push for Weebtunnel tactics. Maybe Tops has his banners as an entry situation, and the Uber is used on top onto Tamba and Turo, the 2 Finnish players. Turo with a massacre onto the spawn door. He gets Crafty and Chris, the 2 of classes, and Wrestler dies as well. Nice, really nice push from the Weebtunnel tactics, and that's a round for them. What an Uber from Turo.
Yeah, that was a great Uber from Turo, and then great follow-up as well. Coordinated aggression from Tobbs and the scouts just coming in through bottom right and top right at the same time to just destroy everyone coming out of that right spawn door. So that was a very a surprisingly good push. I feel like I've kind of forgotten what good pushes look like until right now. So 1-1. Let's see what Weebtunnel's tactics can do to try and maybe even get the lead early into this game. Again, Ignis and Sheepy on the Chokebusters shithouse trying to go for that aggression. Chris going down very early.
Big rocket onto Chris. Is that enough to really steam the mid? Maybe, but
oh yeah, everyone from Chokebusters is already out. They do not have the player advantage. Sheepy's just sitting there behind on second. Tomba's trying to get into Condog, but he's too late. Too little, too late. Turo trying to jump in. Oh, gets the pipe on the Condog and gets the frag eventually. So now Weebtunnel tactics, even though they lost that mid, great play there from Turo to finally get that kill. They're going to have a lot of Uber advantage going into this second hold.
I've been completely blown away by that play from Ignis, and then they're Turo just getting Condog once again. He may not be playing full time with the Weebtunnel tactics, but Turo is certainly the man to watch on the Weeb squad team.
Yeah, I feel bad for throwing some shade at Turo there. Maybe not his most impressive player on the roster, but he seems to be doing quite well. But Chokebusters has switched to crits, going with a little bit of a different approach here, trying to break this mid stalemate. We do have Pred already in-house trying to find some openings, but the Uber has been popped by Menti in-house. The question is if they're going to get any frags with it, because they popped it very early. Thanks to Pred, I don't think they're going to. They're going to be capping up mid, but the crits is coming in right now from Ratslayer. Gets the first great crit sticky onto Menti. The medic is already dead. He's going to try and get some more frags. Gets the pipe onto Ignis. Crafty Dev does eventually go down, but there comes Pred from the back. Gets 2 frags of his own. It is just Tobbs. He goes down as well. Tomba was somewhere, but he's dead as well. So wipe for Weebtunnel tactics. Great crits from the Chokebusters.
That was such a snipe sticky. He just got Menti in the middle of everyone else, and then that's it. The job is done. You just have to play around the Condog and then the remaining frags. And now they're still on crits, and Weebtunnel tactics know it, so maybe they will play around it. But Ignis gets the 2 soldiers who bombed onto Trash. Quite a kind of a questionable play, and looks like Ratslayer gonna get stuck onto Choke. He dies, and that was such a good situation for the Choke Bustaz, and now they're on the back foot again.
Sheepy is unhappy that he died. He's insulting the game right now. Chris actually will feed to Ignis, run straight into that spam rocket and choke. Weebtunnel Tactics, 2 players up. Ratslayer has not spawned just yet, so they're just going to be pushing in straight. Great aggressive jump from Tobbs onto Condog, but will not get that frag. Only gets 1 wreck, and Ignis will walk straight past the Condog here. Should be able to get that frag, but he's going to just ignore the medic frag right there, and Ignis eventually going down as well. It's just 4 players for Weebtunnel Tactics, and oh, well, Sheepy's still in, but I don't think he's going to have too much of an impact. He's going to go down. Weebtunnel Tactics is in a very awkward spot right now. Oh, but Chris in behind as well. It's a Menti. Will force that Uber as well.
Really nice play from the Irish scout. As he does that, this team was trying to burst through the choke, but they don't even need to do that. Now it's a free entry onto the midpoint, and look at Weeb Squad. They're just all playing really far back, and they should play even further, because now it's an Uber ad for Conduct. But Chris and Crafty just died, and Ratslayer is so weak. And look, Sheepy just flanking onto Condog, almost dropping the medic, but this time the Uber is used, and that's a saving grace for Weebtunnel Tactics.
Yeah, Pred is completely caught here up front as well. Goes down. It is 5v4. Pred is going to be taking a while to spawn. Weebtunnel Tactics might elect to push in here. Actually, there it is. Tobbs already leading the pack through choke, jumping his way onto second as well. He sees Ratslayer by Trash, but he's too weak to really aggress onto him. But there is presence on the point from Weebtunnel Tactics. Some players from Choke Bustaz in Trash, but they're kind of caught here. Crafty Dave trying to get some frags, gonna go down, won't be able to get the cleanup frag onto Turo. There's Pappy coming out of nowhere, trying to jump in, gonna get completely denied by Sheepy, goes down. He will eventually get the frag onto Ignis. Both players cratering there, actually. That's quite interesting. But the Weebtunnel Tactics, they do have the Uber advantage. They're in top lobby. They have 5 players. They should be able to push in. They've Ubered in. They're coming in, trying to get the frag. Chris is caught here, falling down. Sheepy's on the point, trying to play it, but he's been Ubered for too long. Not really able to get too much time on the point. Chris going down, but now Turo, Tomba, they go down as Menti, Ignis, and Tobbs. They're all getting out. The Uber has been popped by Condog, so good stuff from Tobbs to force that Uber. But Weebtunnel Tactics is not going to be able to cap that last point up.
And this is how Prolands is working. No, they have enough time to just cap this fire, because on a regular balance, the spawners would have been there way earlier and probably would have been able to contest the Spire. But now, the Choke Bustaz are in their second point, and the Ubers are quite the same. But no, Menti is actually building way better than Condog, and yeah, no, the Ubers are getting the same now. They had some discrepancies at some time, but now it's even.
Yeah, unless one of the teams elects to arrow build, I don't think they're going to be doing too much, and there's too much spam going around. There's not really much opportunity to arrow build, but actually, Condog was together with some soldiers trying to make a play through house, so they weren't actively building, so Weebtunnel Tactics does have Uber advantage, and actually, we're going to be pushing through, but a very early pop from Menti is going to make this quite hard for Weebtunnel Tactics to get this cap here. Tom is on the point, but here comes the repush from the Choke Bustaz. They have some good positioning in Trash and Risa, but Pappy goes down early. Ignis going down as well from the players from Risa, but there is Tob on the point trying to cap it up. He's going to go down to Chris, and now it's just Sheepy behind. Going to get caught out, and Weebtunnel Tactics not really doing too much there on the second point.
Yeah, they managed to help the cap, but they gotta be careful that no one goes for the back cap through the Spire, but it doesn't look like anyone is going for it. The 4 players of Weebtunnel Tactics are on their second, and now it's a sizable advantage for Condog. They might try to use this. The CKs are removed by Crafty, and if they're quick enough, Menti only has 80.
Yep, they're busting through that choke right now. Sheepy's alone on Spire, trying to do something with the soldiers jumping up. The Uber has been popped by Condog. They're trying to get onto Menti. Menti with 96% will go down. Taz will go down as well. Tomba and Turo are just sitting here in Trash, trying to keep themselves alive, but they're all going to go down. It's just Sheepy, 90 HP against 5 choke busted players. He's going to have to get out. Might actually get caught here by Pappy. Pappy in top lobby. They're just trying to make their way to last in time. The spawns will not come in. Sheep is going to get launched. He goes down. Choke Bustaz goes up 2-1.
Yeah, really nice push. They were really quick to go onto Menti before he gets his Uber, and when you get the medic, that's just an easy fight when you have the Uber and the other team doesn't have it. So quite a nice play from Choke Bustaz, just bursting through Choke, showing it works, and now it's 2-1 for them. And we should look at them and see if they get this another mid.
Here it comes. Similar mid from Weebtunnel tactics again. They seem to be doing the same thing over and over, but it seems to be working decently, but they're not really getting any frags with their aggression this time. But there comes the great rocket from Tobbs, cleaning up both Crafty Dave and Condog. Chris trying to do what he can, gets Sheepy and Ignis, but he's on 4 HP. He should be taken out, should be cleaned up. He does stay alive, but Pappy's caught on train. He should be killed as well, except he will also survive. So some interesting cleanup here coming from Weebtunnel tactics, but they will eventually win this mid.
And Pred, in the meantime, just got Menti when Condog died as well. So Pred another time just salvaging the situation, and now the Ubers are even again. It's gonna be up to Weebtunnel tactics to make something out of it. They've been down 1-0 earlier into the game, so they know how to come back. And they auto try to do this again, but Sheepy dies quite early into this fight, so I didn't see that. Maybe just that was a sack so he could get sniper, but Menti is so weak now. Choke Busters can do what they know. They can bust through the choke now.
Yeah, well, they're still trying to bust straight through that choke. Menti is 10% disadvantage compared to Condog, and they're not going to go and contest that midpoint. And now it is even Uber advantage with Choke Bustaz in the lead. They're actually peeking Choke. Pappy is in, trying to get some rockets in. The Ubers have been popped by both medics. And well, it seems like the Weebtunnel tactics wants to try and run this through Choke, but they just don't have enough Uber to make it through. Chris goes down to Sheepy. Tob trying to aggress onto the medic, going down. You also have Ignis actually trying to aggress onto the medic in Shithouse, but he's going to go down as well. It is 4v4 with some great frags and Choke here from the combo of Weebtunnel tactics. We'll make it 3v3. Pappy and Resup and Condog and Crafty Dave on mid. They will be forced out, and Pappy in an awkward position here in front of the Resup of Weebtunnel tactics with 50 HP. Won't really be able to have much of an impact, but the rest of the players from Choke Bustaz now meeting up on mid, trying to block that capture of the points. They're doing a good job, and great spam onto the combo from Weebtunnel tactics is going to make this pretty much impossible. We do have Tobbs behind trying to get onto Condog, but he will go down. That's a great hold from mid from Choke Bustaz.
Yeah, with Tobbs down, there's no banner, no pocket. Maybe they can try to take a good trade. Ubers are the same, and Crafty and Chris are both peeking to Choke, maybe trying to get an early force onto Menti, but no damage already done, and it's gonna be a trade. But Pred was trying to go from under, and he got completely denied by Sheepy, and it's gonna be another hold now.
Yeah, Sheepy is looking for an opening here on the flank of the Choke Bustaz together with Ignis, doing a decent job. Chris is gonna get caught out. That's 2 frags for Weebtunnel tactics. They're moving through house already with this Uber, trying to make it through. They're getting denied really hard though. They do eventually pop. The Uber has now been popped by Condog. It's a lot better for Choke Bustaz, but they do have Tobbs and Sheepy kind of behind, able to maybe get some frags. Tobbs is going down though, but Tomba trading out his life. But there goes Menti, there goes Turo. All the other players are so weak for the side of Weebtunnel tactics. Just 2 scouts, some cleanup going on, but in the end, Choke Bustaz will wipe Weebtunnel tactics and are going to be moving on to second. Really
nice fight from Red Slayer, just piping everyone, getting 2 frags and an assist out of this Uber, and just giving his team the possibility to go through the Spire. And now look at Condog, he's just sitting on a 50% ad on this Uber, and are they gonna we've seen them beef some last pushes, but this one could be the one, because look at Sheepy, he's not on NG, Tomba is not on off classes as well. Yeah, it just goes heavy right now, but that may be a bit too late if that Choke Bustaz is trying to go quickly.
Well, I've seen this before with the Uber advantage and pushing in. They're gonna try it again through top left. Is this something that they should win? Uber in top left, no real frags, but everyone's forced into spawn. The heavy will go down. There goes Tobbs and Sheepy as well. So all these frags going the way of Choke Bustaz. It's now 3 players of Weebtunnel tactics stuck in spawn, and Choke Bustaz isn't really playing the point. They're taking a really long time to clear those clear those sticks, but eventually they will cap it up. Menti did get a saw in the Uber, but he could not make it to the point in time to block it. Bustaz will go up 3-1.
Yeah, another nice play from Bustaz, using their Uber advantage quite nicely. Like, even though they had no frags on their entry use of the Uber, they just rotated doors with another time. Like, once again, Ratslayer putting up a heavy damage onto the enemy combo and giving a sizable lead to his team, and it's a 5th mid on this team. Look at Ignis is bombing on, with the Tobs, and Kondok dies right away with a double bomb. Sheepy cleaned up another frag, and this is looking dreadful to Bustaz. Everyone is dying, and
yeah, but Pappy's trying to get the frag onto Menti. There gets one good rocket. There's actually also Ratslayer, but he misses the crucial pipe that he needs to hit up Menti, and he will unfortunately go down. Good attempt, but Weebtunnel Tactics will be moving through onto second and probably into last with a 70% Uber advantage.
Nice mid from Ignis in particular. He just got hot dog so fast that just then an easy fight for his team without heals. Chris is on the sentry, but Crafty was on sniper for some time, but now he got Spyro, trying to deny this Uber from top right. I assume they're gonna go from top left. Turo has a really good Uber last time. The Uber is used on Turo once again, but Crafty denies Uber quite well. He finally dies, but kind of late, and now it can be a good fight for Bustaz if they manage to get frags.
Yeah, but Tom was already on the point, getting some decent time. He does go down. Now the frags are going the way of the Bustaz, but Tobbs is trying to turn it around. He gets Chris and Kondog. It's just Pred and Pappy against a soldier and a scout and a medic. It can do this though. Pappy gets the first frag. He needs to get another frag, but the medic's on the point, and well, I guess we'll just say that Weebtunnel Tactics won, and it's now 3-2. Yeah,
they almost beefed that one as well, but in the end, that's they scrapped a round out of it. But that was yeah, Pappy killing himself with the rocket. He don't like it.
Well, that just happens sometimes.
Yeah, there wasn't much more to do anyway.
His finger just slipped, you know. It's just sometimes accidents happen. But Bustaz is going for a very aggressive approach to this mid here, going straight onto the train of Weebtunnel Tactics. But Ratslayer going down first. Tops with a great jump onto the combo, not really getting denied. He's doing some good frags, and now it's just Crafty Dave and Kondok stuck in Valley. They're gonna get completely cleaned up by Ignis there, and now that's a big wipe for Weebtunnel Tactics. They're gonna be straight pushing in to second, and Menti actually spawning earlier on the crits means that they're also going to get a decent amount of advantage going into this last push.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening on mid, but like every time Tobbs and Ignis decide to jump in, there's no one to deny them, and they always get a frag really early, often Kondog, and a lot of damage onto Ratslayer. So I don't know what Chris and Crafty are doing, and maybe they're busy with other people, but yeah, Tobbs and Ignis are just winning that team the mids.
Yeah. Sheepy was actually asking in chat, scouts question mark, wondering what's going on with the denial on the Bustaz side, but now crits is up for Weebtunnel Tactics. I'm presuming that it's going to be given to the demo. That would be Turo, but maybe they have faith in someone else, but he's seemingly getting the crits. They're going through main. I need to pop it now before Kondog gets his Uber up. Crits has been popped. Crits are going everywhere, trying to kill anything in its way. But Pappy's gonna go down, and Turo not really getting any frags. He throws some crit stickies around. He does eventually get Ratslayer, but it's now 4v4 and is still up.
He's so weak. But Pred is just the first casualty, and now Tomba Chris with the cleanup frag to Ignis and Tomba. A very nice play.
Is Menti alive? Why is Menti alive? He just walked into the Ubered combo, threw a saw in there, and then just walked off, and he's alive in choke.
Well, why not?
It's just... Well, I mean, technically he sawed an Uber player, but that's so he didn't really get charged off of it.
Tactics trying to go for this fire. It's I wouldn't advise them to do that, and the top jumps anyway, not listening to me, and finally falls down. It's a really hard fight for them. Look at Ignis, he's so weak, and finally dies to a rocket from Pappy, and but they're staying in. Reminded, they still have crits. They have enough. They know hit, and as long as Turo stays alive, it could be dreadful for Bustaz.
Yep, the crits is up. They are in position to use it. Oh, there's 5 players in choke here. Turo could do a lot of damage here. He gets 2. Oh, and there's Tobbs and Tomba also playing off of the rest of the crits damage, and the choke buzzers have been completely busted in their choke. But Weebtunnel Tactics is going to cap this up. The Uber is up for Condog, but this should be easily forced. Tobbs actually is already on last here, trying to maybe roll this all the way. The Uber's going to get popped. It has been forced. Now they need to keep Menti alive here. He's going to be able to make it out, so this is going quite decently. I would say this is mostly going according to plan for Weebtunnel Tactics.
Yeah, no, it has. You think so? Because if Choke Bustaz is trying to go now, they should go for Spire. But again, Menti on the crits, it's such a threat. As long as you don't kill the medic, you still have that crits hanging above your head, and you don't really know what is going to happen to you. So bravely, Choke Bustaz are just trying to go for Spires and trying to hide from the crit streak from Turo, who is still running the Quickie Bomb launcher and is speaking to Choke.
I hope they don't pop it just yet. This is not a good position to pop this crits. There's not really much Turo can do with it. Maybe one hero sticky, but that will be asking a lot of him. They're just going to try and take it normally, seeing as the Uber is not up for conduct just yet. They're doing a good job of spanning all these players out. Chris is still in resup, and Pred is trying to do some stuff as well around Stone Bridge, but he's going to go down. Chris back spawns. Weebtunnel Tactics will be able to cap up this point. The Uber's almost up for the choke buster, so they're going to have to push in quick with this crits if they want to catch Condog without his Uber, but that's not going to work out. But they're still going to be choosing for a push soon. Turo just clearing these stickies in main. He sees these stickies constantly. Chris is in position to try and deny this crits, just sitting in main, kind of taunting Turo there. Right now, it's going to be kind of interesting, seeing as both teams have their charges, and both teams are aware that crits is up for Weebtunnel Tactics. He sees an opening, tries to throw some sticks in there. Chris does go down, and some
Look
great
at
time on the point.
He was just
All right.
in a straight line trying to go for a point because the cap was quite advanced, but in the end, that's maybe for the better for Weebtunnel Tactics. They're not stuck with crits anymore, and yeah, they're still to get a wipe, so maybe that's not for the best. Everyone has spawns besides Ignis onto Weebtunnel Tactics. This Condog is sitting on a sizable Uber ad, and if they want to go with the Uber ad, they should try to get quickly, maybe through house, try to drop onto the combo. They're building the charge right now, and look at Menti, he's sitting so far back onto his crate. He's just expecting this Uber from house, and he's ready to get away.
Yep. Choke Busters have that advantage. They should be pushing in soon. It's 5 players around Choke, but Chris is moving to the flank, but they're still going to be pushing in right now. No, actually, yeah, never mind. I'm slightly blind. They're moving through house instead. The Uber has been popped through house. This is a decent Uber to try and get some frags, but there's a lot of Weebtunnel Tactics players that have already left. Actually, everyone will stay alive through that Uber. I do see an Ignis flying through the air, trying to get onto Condog, but Condog with a good surf will survive. But the Uber is up, and with the threat of the Uber, Weebtunnel Tactics will be pushing in. Actually, get 3 frags. They get the soldier, the demo, and actually another soldier as well. So Weebtunnel Tactics denying the cap, and now going to go straight onto Spire here.
Craft is beyond as they don't know it. He's going for the duel. Oh, he 2-shot Sheepy, and he will probably get the mid. Unless someone gets for it. Ignis tried, but he just gets completely annihilated by Crafty. Really nice play from the scout that just saves his team for a dreadful hold on their last. He's just going for the second point, and everyone from Weebtunnel Tactic is getting fragged onto the lobby. The Uber is used from Menti, but what can he do for it? I mean, Turo is alone, and it's probably gonna get out without having done anything.
Yeah, they're just trying to go really fast here due to the fact that there's only about 1.5 minutes left, so they need to be going. But now, with that backup from Crafty Dave, it's basically a massive Uber advantage for Choke Busters, but I don't think they want to be pushing out. They're just going to be waiting on Weebtunnel Tactics to push in with their Uber when they do get it. It's now less than 1 minute, so this push is going to be do or die. They need to not beef this. They're going to be getting the Uber around 40 seconds-ish, so they should be able to have enough time to have, I guess, a normal push into last. They don't have to rush it too much.
Chris is on a sentry already, and Crafty is on the Paro, so once again a heavy defense for both cards from Weebtunnel Tactics. Are trying to play roller right, maybe trying to get some cap time. They're going for it, and no one is contesting that. Yeah, that was so close. They almost got it, but now the Uber is used the Uber are traded and there are only 3 people up from Weebtunnel Tactics. Turo is on main and Ignis is trying to go bottom right, trying to get onto the point, but with the Pyro in, it's going to be really hard for him.
Oh, but Crafty Dave goes down. He's going to walk onto the point. Oh, but barely is not in time, and the point will get blocked by the Chokebusters players. It's 6 seconds left, and I think that's going to be it. I think Chokebusters will be winning this in a 3-2 scoreline. Very close match once again. Barely winning that match out, so they will win the 12 keys in 6 months of Serve Me TF Premium, while Weebtunnel Tactics will only get 6 keys in 6 months of Serve Me TF Premium. But yeah, Chokebusters, congratulations.
Yeah, it was quite a good game actually, better than the one we saw before. Less focused on last, and there were more fights onto mids especially. And I think this game showed us a bit more about how the respawn timers can affect the game. Like there were some fights that happened around Spire that may have not happened on the regular Badlands. So this was actually a fair fight, and I quite like it.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite the match to watch. So let's just see what the logs have to say about this match. I'd be very curious to see how all the players did. Let's go to my favorite stat. Let's go with the top damage. And Ratslayer with the 10k being the top damage, which after watching the 2 Deox fan club games, I'm kind of surprised to see that a demo can actually top frag on this map as well. Or top damage, rather.
Well, once again, I think that's because the fights weren't focused on last. We had more fights onto mids, especially. Pappy with the lead 29 for 40 and 6 hair shots. Quite a performance from the pocket on the Shockbusters. And you talked about Turo going 18 for 15. It's a decent game for him, considering he's not used to playing with the Weebtunnel Tactics.
Yeah, he definitely had a very good early game. Like, I think he kind of didn't... He started not doing amazing later on, but he did quite well at the very start. And I feel like around the end, he did pretty decently as well. But he seemed to definitely be like a reliable demo for Weebtunnel Tactics. But Pappy... 29 and 14, top fragging on the server as roamer. Actually, yeah, right? Wait.
No, he played pocket.
No, he played pocket. Yeah, right, because he's playing pocket on LAN as well. So it's pocket rather, but still, 29-14 is a very good. Is very good for a pocket, and has definitely allowed his team to do quite well. Something that I also see in the stats is that if you look at the damage and kills, you see that Chokebusters has 111 kills, while Weebtunnel Tactics, Weebtunnel Tactics only has 84. But then when you look at the damage, it's only about a 4.5k damage difference, which does not really account for a lot of the kills. For like that does not account for the difference in kills, which would allude to maybe a kind of miscommunication with problems of not cleaning up kills properly, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe a lot of the damage that Weebtunnel Tactics got is like spam damage or something, but it seems, I don't know, it's a slightly odd stat, I guess.
Also, I'm disappointed by Sheepy.
Yeah, the Prem player, not doing too great. His Sentry did decent on last. Like the one time he got to set it up.
Yeah. So this was the grand final. I think we're gonna cover the third place final between I forget the names. Matt Decent,
Deox Fan Club,
Underdogs, and Deox Fan Club.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave my spot to Beater, really knowledgeable hands. So I'll say goodbye to chat. Enjoy the last game, and a round of applause for Beater.
I guess we'll probably be throwing it to... Well, I think he's now already here. Alright, we have SSD Never mind, no break. We're already here. Hey, Peter, what's up?
Hey! I hear I missed the grand final.
Yeah, you missed the grand finals because you left before the cast started, you know?
I mean, I was never here. So,
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, but in
yeah.
the chat you said you were leaving, so I mean.
Oh, that was every time there was like bad music or you were threatening a radio cast. Yeah.
Hey, that the emotional Titanic flute is very very good. I don't know what you were what you were talking about.
I take offense to bad music. It was beautiful. I shed a tear. It was a good way to start. But who won the grand final? Can you update
the
me?
Weebtunnel Text has lost. They lost 3-2. The Choke Bustaz have successfully continued their, I guess what I talked about, their title of being the bottom prem team that is preventing all the top high teams of making prem.
The Gatekeepers.
Yes.
Nice, classic. Yeah, there's always a team like that, it seems. Alright, so we're gonna do third place finals, I suppose?
Yes.
Alright, who do we have?
We have Underdogs and Deox Fan Club. This is quite interesting because Underdogs actually defaulted against Wind Tunnel Tactics, but or Weep Tunnel Tactics. It's weird I need to get used to that name. But yeah, they defaulted against Weep Tunnel Tactics, but they're still playing this match apparently. But we will also be seeing Deox Fan Club, which will be the team with like Moro, Yak, Poison. What was it? It was Ixie and then Scruff, and I think that's all the players. Nation.
Yeah.
And then we haven't actually really seen Underdogs play yet. They played earlier against Digital Flow, which they beat 3-2 in a very close game, I presume. But the team, as far as I know, will be Demos, Shampoo, Ace, Unabled, Virgo, and Adalos. At least that's what it seems to be like.
Yeah, that's pretty similar to what they were playing with yesterday. We covered one of their games yesterday in the group stages, and they got beaten pretty soundly in that game. So hopefully they've improved a little bit, and we can have a much closer game now. But I think that was against like Weep Tunnel Tactics as well, so one of the better teams for sure. And you know, I just hope they have Gotti the God. Like that's how they're gonna win this. Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we'll see Gotti play. Maybe we won't. One hopes.
Yeah, we still do have like Shampoo and like a bunch of other Romanians in here, right? Like
that's what you're looking for, just the Romanians.
I'm just gonna spec Shampoo, and I'm gonna try not to like barf as he just shakes his mouse around. Yeah, it's very high sensitivity. So I don't know if it's actually different on Soldier or Demo, but at least on Demo, man, when he shoots pipes, there's like some minor earthquakes going on. It's just full on shakeage.
I'm a big fan of people who have very aggressive flicks.
Yes,
it's why I like watching people like Zesty as well. People just who seem to just have like a seizure as they flick.
Yeah, like Saka is probably like the best.
Oh, definitely, exactly. Yes.
That's the most extreme I've seen of it. I think that was just like you couldn't even see if he hit things. Like that's how much he was shaking. Yeah. It's like if you want to get a good view of that guy's air shots, you just gotta look at a different kind of.
Yeah. I actually got to watch Zesty play a little bit at GA, and it seemed like when he was flicking, he was like trying to fight his mouse pad with his mouse, like he's trying to punch it. It's just like he's just in a fist fight as he's flicking. It's really weird to watch.
Man, that sounds like a show.
It's a real. Most of the people on his team were definitely pointing out how stupid his flicks looked. But then Zesty seems to be an odd player because he also brought two mice to GA, and yeah, there was an interesting guy.
Wait, why would you want two? I think every single gamer I've ever known have like one really, really crusty mouse that they've just been using for like 8 years.
Well, he said that one of the mice was the good mouse and the other one was the bad one. And he would just randomly switch between them because he's not hitting flicks with one of them or something. Or some I don't remember exactly what the logic was behind it, but something about just one was the good one was the bad one, and he would just randomly use either of them.
Oh man, Is Cesty going to I-61? Because
I actually don't know.
because
I
if
don't
he is,
think he is.
we need to have someone actually film it and hear.
I'm not sure. Yeah, he might be, but I don't know if he has moved yet. Because I think
is it too late to make a fundraiser?
Because I think he was because I think he's supposed to be like going to the U.S. at some point, and I don't know if that's before or after I-61.
I see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe News already has videos of the times he's gone before. Might be already a pop of him out there somewhere. I mean, there will always be. I don't know if you've seen the video of him playing DM as Scout, where he does 360s after every time he shoots.
Oh yeah, that's actually, I will just say, that's surprisingly easy to do. Like, like I have pretty high sensitivity, and I will actually just do that as part of my movement sometimes. Just like, random 360s. Surely they can't hit me if I'm not looking at them. It has a mediocre success rate.
That is some questionable logic there, I'd have to say.
Yeah, it's not very effective either. I will say it's super difficult to hit people that are unaware that you're there, but it's not quite the same thing. But yeah, do random 360s, kids. It'll get you into Prem. I promise.
I'm actually looking at the I-61 seat picker right now, and I randomly looked and searched Zesty, and apparently he's sitting next to me at I-61. Apparently.
So you're the one that's gonna be doing video. That's pretty good coincidence.
Can't wait.
Oh man. Now we just only need like Josh to go as well. Like I have seen him play before, but I think other people deserve to see it as well. Like the way he just shakes his mouth. Actually, a lot of soldiers do that. Just like AMS just shakes like crazy. It's a little more controlled than a lot of other soldiers, and then Captain can also be kind of shaky, at least in a warm up, and then he sort of slows down for the main game. But it's really interesting to see, like during warm up in DM, people will just like shake. All of them basically. Mike shakes like a lot.
We just need more. We need more hand cams for like soldier players who stream.
Yeah,
so we can just see the movements. Because like I don't really know. Like the only one I can think of is like Mookie, but he does it with a face cam, and you can see him sometimes like force like his entire body forward, which is kind of funny. Like I love watching soldiers. It's so much fun to watch them just fight with their mouse. It's always good.
Yeah, indeed. That's it's. I think we've had like a severe shortage of super like twitchy soldiers lately. There's not enough of them in Prem. They're also controlled and just calculating. They just do like all the math in their head. They're like, I need to do this trajectory, and then like I'm just gonna do this literal rocket science, and then it should intercept trajectories right here, so I'm gonna shoot at this angle, and then they do that. But no, not like old school people. They just like fucking throw their mouse across the room and then they hit.
And Zach isn't even playing anymore, so the one that we kind of had at some point is also gone. Feels bad.
Yeah, indeed. Was there any prize money for this tournament, actually?
It's just 12 keys and 6 months of serve me premium. It's not. It's just a minor, it's just incentive to play, I guess.
Yeah, that's
not like it's not, anything.
Yeah, that sounds like a decent prize for this kind of tournament. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like when we incentivize people to play new maps. I will say this is one of the more disappointing maps. It's not exactly like exciting because there's not like a whole lot of new things going on gameplay wise. It's just quality of life issues basically. But yeah, like I kind of hope that we just put Prolands in it, right? Because as it is right now, it's only positive changes, right? Like there's nothing to even discuss in this. It's just some clipping issues. Like there's a few hiding spots that's been removed, but that's it.
Yeah, Ombrack argued a little bit that he didn't like the spire changes, but outside of that, like it's pretty much like after he removed the little like the sheet metal wall like on top of the balcony that's like between trash and balcony. You can like jump up to balcony from trash like Everything, like after he removed that, like there's not really any big major changes at this point. I mean, like the spawn stuff is like subtly like a decent change, but it's mostly like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, that seems to make sense indeed. Yeah, like I don't know. Like maybe did you change some things with the Spire because with there's the small med kit, there's actually like an invisible edge over like at the side of the Spire that you can actually stand on. That's kind of nice for dropping down onto. Like I think he might have removed that one, and that one should actually be there. It just needs to be visible. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of think why not just add it, because you can always add more to it. And now if you change a little bit about Badlands and we have an active developer actually working on it, then you will actually see the map change a little bit, and I think that will be fine. It's one of the oldest maps, and it has like a few artifacts of eras gone by that you could actually change things, and people are beginning to not like it that much. It's becoming more and more outdated as we play, it seems. Like people will complain about it.
Yeah, it's definitely something I've noticed recently.
Yeah, I mean, TF2 players will always complain about maps, right? Like, they will go like, oh, the meta is stale. Oh, I don't want to try a new map. I'm like, you don't see the conflict here, buddy. No. Yeah. They just like complaining, I think. Yeah. Complain about stale meta, complain about new maps. It makes sense.
A lot of sense.
Yeah, right there.
It should be fine.
Are there any changes you would want to see to Badlands?
I mean, I'm not too bothered about Badlands. Like, I don't really like, like the general stalemating nature of like how hard it is to push last, but I feel like that doesn't have to be changed. Like, I feel like it's just, I don't know, I feel like that might just be something that's kind of just the general design of the map, and I'm not sure if there's really a way to change it without like completely changing how the last plays, but I don't know.
I'd say
I'm open
maybe
to
half in the cap time.
Maybe.
That's what it used to be.
Half in the cap time. You mean put it back to the old days?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I actually preferred it being super capable like that.
Maybe.
Yeah, like it just meant that you had to like blink and then the scout was on it and you lost. And I like that.
I mean, I'm not too, but yeah, and in like, really, I'm not too bothered with Badlands. Like, if people want to change things, that's fine. But, I'm okay with the way it is now. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think
boring.
If I had to suggest one minor change that I think most people could live with, it would be to close the forward spawn door. Like, you can't walk in from outside. Like, it won't open up on its own. Just kind of like it is on Well and basically any other map. Like Gargoyle Spawn.
Why would you want it that way?
Because that way it would be a lot more difficult to just hold flank on your own as the defending team. So that would mean that you could do a lot more movement on the flank, and you can like force people behind who drop down, like that kind of thing. It would be a lot more risky to actually hold it, so you could make plays on the flank and you could break stalemates that way. So that's why I would do that. And it just seems like kind of lame that you could actually just have a safe forward base like that just being given to you on defense.
I guess I kind of like the ability of like going into second. I kind of like it that way, but like I like the idea of it, but I guess that's a decent idea maybe.
It's a very, like, you can't see the change, right? But it's a pretty big gameplay change in a lot of ways.
Maybe maybe something about like making the room smaller so that when people go into it, it's really easy to like get that rocket in or something. I don't know. Maybe just, I don't know.
Oh, we just make it into junction? Got it.
Well, I don't know. Like making it just, yeah, but just making it like a really small spawn room. Like maybe like the forwards on process. Like you can, like if you see someone inside, you can easily like get a rocket in that can still kill them or something. I don't know. Random thought. But
Yeah.
I would preferably keep that just because I like the like that idea, even if it's maybe not as like that great for the map itself.
Yeah. Are these guys actually playing? Because it doesn't seem like...
It seems like we will be starting in 8 minutes, and
Oh boy!
I've been told that if you don't want to talk for another 8 minutes, we could throw it to a break.
Might be. That's actually gonna be a pretty good idea, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's. I'm just making sure, in case you maybe have more.
And only talk about Badlands so long.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna go to a break for the next 8 minutes. So in 8 minutes, you'll see us again, and we will be covering the third place decider match for this Prolands Cup.